What's up, vapors? Nick here for Spin Fuel's Daily Vape TV. Today is Fresh Build Friday, and that means we're going to rebuild a coil on the Vulcan atomizer today. Today we're going to be building a parallel coil using 24 gauge royal wire and flat bastard wire. Now I pre-made this wire, it's all pre-fired and everything. If you'd like to learn how to make this wire for yourself, check out my video. I'll have an annotation right here for you if you want to check that out. But otherwise, stick around. We're going to build this bad boy up. Not sure the resistance it's going to come out to, but I'm guessing it's going to be around 0.3 ohm. I'm going to shoot for around there. But I haven't used this royal wire yet, so I'm kind of curious about it. Basically, from what I understand, royal wire is uncoated Kanthal, and it really cuts the resistance down a little bit. So without further ado, let's get building. Alright, so here we have all our tools to get building. We have our royal wire, 24 gauge, we have our flat bastard wire, Vulcan atomizer, all broken apart, 14 gauge syringe needle, blunt tip, we have a pair of pliers, some wire cutters, and Japanese cotton. So I think I'm going to do 5 wraps today. So I'm going to do about 8 inches of this royal wire. Let's just cut a strand here. There we go. And we're just going to take our pre-wrapped wire here and make a coil with it. So we're just going to build this just like any other parallel build. Keep those wires nice and straight and together. Make sure they don't cross over. And we're going to just wrap a coil. And we're going to unwrap this first wrap here. So it's a little messy at the moment, but let's just throw it on the Vulcan and hopefully we can neaten it out. So now you just tighten down these screws and adjust your coil. So there you go. It's actually looking pretty good now. Let's clip those extra wires there and give it a test fire. So since my ohm reader decides to not work when it wants to, I tested it on the Sigelli 30 watt and it's reading in at 0.2, which is lower than I thought, but yeah, it's pretty darn low. So let's put it on the Panzer Blackhawk and fire it up. Just like any other coil, you want to just pulse fire it until that middle gets nice and hot. Those coils start firing nice and evenly. And if you have to, just use your tweezers and pinch those suckers together. Alright, it's looking good. Let's give it some wick, some juice, and have a vape. So here I have my little strip of organic cotton. We're just going to roll the tip, put it through the coil, and wick it up. Alright, now that we got her all wicked up, let's give it some juice. Today I'll be using Cold Fusion's Warning Shot. Alright, before we put the top cap back on, let's just give it a quick test fire. See how she's vaping. Ooh-wee. Smells delicious. Alright, let's have a vape. Alright guys, that was the parallel using 24 gauge royal wire and flat bastard wire. Let's give it a quick vape and let's talk about it. Woo! Tons of vapor. The vapor production off of this coil is insane. I can only take about 2-second drags off of it. This is the lowest ohm coil I've ever built, so it's kind of exciting in a way, but at the same time I'm a little nervous because the wicking has to be just right. So definitely practice wicking with this one. Try it a few times. If you don't like it, just throw another wick in there. Definitely sacrifice a little bit of wick material just to get that perfect vape. I am using the Osiris strip tip with the Vulcan atomizer. I find that it gives me a little bit more air and it also cools down the vape. It is a warm to hot vape, so if you're the type of person that likes a warm vapor, this coil is definitely going to be for you. As far as the difficulty of this build, it is rather difficult, but with a little bit of practice, you'll definitely get it down. So I would say for the experienced builder, this one's definitely for you. For you newbies out there, stick to a regular parallel for now, but definitely give this one a shot once you get good at twisting up some wire. The hardest part, honestly, is going to be actually making the flat bastard wire. You really got to get that stuff just right in order to twist it into a proper coil. I did notice that the royal wire is a bit more flexible. I did pre-fire the flat bastard wire to take a little bit of that springiness out, but it is still definitely there when building it. So it is rather difficult to wrap perfect coils right off the bat, but if you play with it a little bit, it becomes a lot easier. Let's have another vape. I'll show you some vapor production. So I find that I have to re-drip about every 3 to 4 pulls. It being such a low resistance coil, I'm going to say that's about average. You do get really good draws out of it though. Even for 2, 3, 4 second pulls, you're getting the vapor production of 0.3 ohm coil for like a 6 or 7 second pull. Also, make sure your coil is directly in front of your air hole. You want the most air possible going over that coil, and it will give you a better vape if you have it directly lined up right in front of that hole. Let's give it one more pull. The flavor on this build is insane. I love the flavor you get, and this is a custardy kind of vape. It's like a strawberry custard cream, really good, and you get full-on flavor with it as well. I feel like the twisted wire really brings out the flavor aspect, and the 24 gauge royal wire really brings out the vapor. So this is kind of like your best of both worlds coil. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Check out www.spinfuel.com for lots more videos, articles, the Vapor Trail channel, Smoke and Joey, plus lots more from me. Stay tuned because they're launching Spin Fuel Advanced in the next few days, so that's going to be awesome. Until next time, vape on.